Hello, good evening, and welcome to the Virtual Racers Club. We are looking back, way back, I think over a month ago, I don't know dates, at a championship we've left in the air for you, a little cliffhanger after round 6. So now we are catching up with round 7. It's 8 rounds this season, and unfortunately, all of the stuff's been removed off of Discord, so we're going to blag this one. But first of all, I wanted to point out that I'm just looking behind the scenes here in GT7. Look, there's models of cars they've not even got in. You'd think if they've gone to the bother of modelling some sort of vehicle, then you would you'd have them in the game. I heard a glonk. Am I not sponsored? Am I not? No? It seems like I'm still streaming. I thought I heard a glonk. So, yes, look, an ambulance. Who doesn't want to take an ambulance around the track? And there's something weird over here. I was wondering, we're gonna investigate over here. We're gonna get on with this race. It's just I haven't got anything. I haven't got a tabler out to tell you. Talleyrand and Homesick are in a battle here. Now, what do you think's going on here? Look, she's down on the ground. Looks like having a wee while he's watching, and they're pretending not to watch. And then here, I think, I mean, we could get, we could just say that he, the red and grey topped fella, I think is trying to entice the blue t-shirted fella into a game of, what is it called? Hop Frog? Leapfrog, that's it. I think he's saying, come on, leap me, big boy. She, I don't know, doesn't look like she's got anything in her hands. So, yeah, behind the scenes at GT7, North Isle Speedway, very bizarre things happening. There you go, Northern Isle Speedway. There's now Strange as Folk, but yeah, if you know what's going on in this scene, please elaborate, because it's odd. Maybe they've lost the ticket and they can't get in, this couple. Who knows? Anyway, there's a race to be had. And I want to do it like Formula One did, because it was so arse. I want to see how terrible it really is. We're going back to front. Here we go. Last place. I think there's 9 people. They qualify for one shot. They whip around the track. It's a one-hit wonder. You know what I mean, fellas? It's one hit and go on the qualifying, so it is sort of random, the grids we've had this season for the Stock Car Championship. Round 7 here at Northern Isle Speedway. In the chat, we've got Skyjacker saying, OMG, 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 and Ensign Hewitt saying, why, hello there, and Ensign Hewitt saying, I spy a NS6 Avant, something like that. I don't know, I ain't got my glasses on. RS6 Avant. Yeah, well, that's weird, isn't it? That they've got cars, but they don't actually have the cars you can drive them. Yeah, I don't know why they've bothered designing some. Read then, so that's Baz's car. He's 9th after qualifying. Him and Ensign, I think, are in a very tight battle for the championship. Well, not the championship lead, but sort of like 3rd and 4th. I think we've got Ensign and Baz are in a bit of a battle. So, next up, 8th, is Ensign Hewitt, his mate. There we go. So, Ensign Hewitt and the Baz at the back. It's a rolling start. I've paused it, okay, because I'm not that quick. Then we have Skyjacker in 7th place. I think I'm going to stick my neck out and say I think he's 3rd in the championship, but it doesn't matter at this point. Then 6th, we have the mighty Pat, Stat, Pat, Chat, Pat. He's also a very swift driver. So, and he's ahead of Skyjacker and the Baz and Ensign Hewitt. Next up, we have Koi Carp, the one, the only. And he is residing in 5th spot at the moment. 4th place goes to Jokus, who has done tremendous in qualifying so far this season in the Stock Car Championship. He's also had a couple of nifty results along with it. Third on the grid, we have Talleyrand, and he's chasing that championship from Homesick, I honestly believe. Let's say he is, because who's going to tell me any different? Then on second place, we have the Homesick of Aliens, and he's sitting pretty in his Ford-tied Nissan. And on pole, in a limited livery for this one-off round, it's Digital Blasphemy. Look at that. He's gone silver, lads. All silver. He's on pole. If I remember rightly, I think he took an extra lap. So, I'm not sure. That is your grid. And, oh, my God. There's been a delay. I'll tell you why there's been a delay, because this is... Oh, look at... And as well, look. What's gone through... Let me go up. I know everyone just wants to get on with the racing, and this can just do one. But, honestly, it's... Welcome to a half-filled... Northern Isle Speedway. Look, there's more yellow than there is people. What's that about? What's Polyphony trying to pull there? No one wants to come and watch her. Not even pretend racing, they can't fill the seats. Unbelievable. So, yeah, cracking stuff. 15-minute race, followed by a 30-minute feature race. I believe they have to use a certain tyre in the feature race, and when we get there, we'll find out what tyre that is. So, without further ado, let us do push pineapple, terminatory, to the left, to the right, jump up and down, and I can't remember. Reet. So here they go on the rolling start. Digi leads them away. Homesick and Talleyrand locked in that championship battle. The keyboard still has not got any function with the replays. Pointless. Well done. Half a job. So Digi leads them away with Homesick Alien. I mean, it's going to be a 10-second lap. It's going to be chaotic, and I won't be able to follow it. And this is why it's taken so long to get around to doing this replay, because it's one I'd birth. Or what can you do? So Digi's gone high already, and Homesick Alien zeroing in. Oh, but Homesick Alien hits the wall, and that gives Talleyrand the run. He needs to go up into second place, and Homesick Alien underneath him going low, and he's being caught very fast by Joker's. Joker's wheels are smoking as he makes his way around, and he's got Koi Carp leeching to the back of him, and he's made the move. And that's Koi Carp up into third. Where did that come from? Digi still in the lead, though, with Homesick Alien in second. Talleyrand must have hit a wall, because he's dropped back to fourth, with Joker's now in fifth. Then we got Bazza slowly making his way up from last place up into sixth. He's made a move on the Pat, the Skyjacker, and the Big Dan. So what a great drive so far from Barry the Oval Twins. He's back. Oh my God, look at the tyre. Surely not. Wow, 4 laps. Oh my God, their tyres are absolutely destroyed. Look at the smoke coming off of Skyjacker. And these cars were not designed to go around this short, tight track, obviously, because they are killing the tyre. Digi then just ahead of Homesick Alien. And they're all hitting the wall, and it's down to tyre wear. No pit stops in the sprint. This is what they've got to live with. We're a minute and a half in, and their front right, is absolutely torn. Nothing's right, I'm torn. But it's the same for everyone. They're all in the same boat. No complaining, and there's plenty of walls to lean on, as you've just seen Jokers and Talleyrand need to do so. Bazza's riding the wall around the outside of 5th and 6th. And he's right there with Talleyrand now. Meanwhile, up at the front, Homesick Alien and Digital Blasphemy have pulled away. They're managing to draft each other. Well, Digi's drafting Homesick, and there's a gap has appeared between Jokers. And look at the Baz. The Baz is up into 4th, starting from the very back. We're only 2 minutes into a 15-minute race, and my lord, these tyres are wrong uns. Talleyrand then lurking around in 5th. He's got damage. He's hitting the wall. He needs the grip. And he's trying to give Jokers a bump draft there so he can get himself by the Baznator, but Barry holding, well, Jokers made it by, but Talleyrand didn't. But he's back into the tow now, but Bazza goes ahead of Jokers. Jokers is there. The tyres smoking as they come around. They must be rimming. They must be having some bad rimming, in that corner. Skyjacker then 6th place ahead of Koikarp. Koikarp slipping back, and Pat riding the wall around the outside of Koi. Can he make it stick? What are you doing with your cameras, lad? And then Big Dan is right at the back. Not enjoying the tyre wear, it seems, in this race. Homesick's taking the lead. Homesick is taking the lead away from the new limited edition liveried Digital Blasphemy. We're used to seeing him in the black and red, but today he has brought out the silver machine as Homesick Alien crosses the line for lap 13. What are we doing? 17-second laps? Unbelievable. Digital Blasphemy chasing him down. We got Bazza in third. He's caught him up nicely, and he's brought his mate Talleyrand along for the It's and Giggles. Skyjacker leads the next pack, and that's ahead of Jokers, who slip back a bit, and the tyres are giving them all sorts of hell. All sorts of hell going down. Sat in with Koikarp. As you can see, the car's bouncing around the corners. Tyre smoke everywhere. There's a jumble up at the front. Homesick, Digi and Bazza and Talleyrand, but they've all held place so far. It looks like Bazza might be losing. No, Digi's lost a big one. So Digi's dropped 3 positions. Why? Get out of the car, get out of the car. I missed my keyboard. Digi dropping 2 positions there. His tyres are totally gone on the right-hand side. And Talleyrand also getting through, also with the same amount of tyre woes. All of them have. They may as well have not bothered with tyres. So Digi down into 4th now. The pole sitter with Skyjacker fighting with Jokers for that 5th and 6th. Koikarp down in 7th, Pat in 8th, and Big Dan 9th. Is he getting lapped? Not quite. So's Big Dan. He's carrying damage. Oh my God, Koikarp's slow for Koikarp. No, it's not. Who did Big Dan just go by? No one. Tripping out there. I thought that was Koi's car. Sorry. False alarm. Homesick Alien leads, but it looks like the Barry Oval twins overtakes the Alien, and he is finding a way of driving with these tyres. He is finding a way to get round this very tight oval with absolutely no grip on his right-hand side whatsoever. Homesick Alien with that championship in mind, with Talleyrand maybe playing it safe, and Digital and Talleyrand getting into a 2x2, and that puts Digi up and into 2nd place, and Talleyrand follows him through as Homesick Alien slips down into 4th spot. Skyjacker very close to the action now, and it's anyone's race up ahead, and Skyjacker got mugged off by half a dozen people there and slapped into the wall. The grip isn't feasible for these guys, and Skyjacker saying bye-bye rubber. Ensign Hewitt saying, oh yeah, I forgot about the massive tyre wear. And Bazza saying, hey Thingy, I secretly was waiting for this one. Thanks buddy for doing it. So, I don't know. Why? What difference does it make, the Baz? To this race, round 6, 7, 5. What are you trying to tell us? Oh, a little collision there from Talleyrand and Skyjacker, and the grip is real, guys. They really haven't got any. And there's Pat right on the spoiler of Skyjacker to try and get the move done. Homesick Alien still languishing down there in 4th. There's Big Dan we're looking at. Koikarp slipping down. And no, let's not believe that, because that's what we saw last time and it didn't happen. Oh, maybe we were having echoes of the future. I've seen an episode of Red Dwarf about that. So Bazza then leads the way, and he leads the way well. He absolutely is pulverising. Look at that, he's sticking to the 16s. He has found a way of driving this car whilst everyone else is struggling in the mid to low 17s. And the Bazinator, Barry the Oval twins, the Belgian Bullet is flying high out there, and he is just hoping that clock just keeps speeding up and gets to 15 minutes as soon as possible. But as we can see now, they're starting to wear Talleyrand, but lost a position to Digi, I believe. Oh no, Joker's, sorry. Joker's the one that's method. He's found the key. He's found the secret. The Baz out. Jokers now, maybe it is that even wear, maybe the tyres are wearing nicely at the front. which has given them a better handling. Digi, though, he's got some steady wear up the front, and Homesick's still got a bit of grip there. That might be what's causing him some trouble. You want to tear that left-hand front tyre up a little bit, even out your tyre wear. Talleyrand, his tyre wear starting to even out now. I mean, it's just a theory, but I'm thinking as their tyre wear now, look, Skyjacker's got them both exactly where he needs them. He's got them both totally worn. I mean, they're only turning one way, so I don't suppose it matters. Ooh, Pat's there, lagging around in front of him. And Skyjacker has got his aim set to overtake the Patinator. Look at the tyre smoke everywhere. You look, and Pat having a little date with the wall, and that gives Skyjacker the position. And Big Dan, who looked like he was miles out of it at the back there, is now up and running ahead of Pat and Skyjacker. He made the move on both of them. What a cracking move. Awesome stuff. The Bazinator still out there leading the way with Jokers in second. Great drive from Jokers at the moment. 17.6 last time around from him, but Homesick Alien pulled out 17.3, and Homesick Alien's tyre wear starting to level out a little bit, and he's trying to gain ground on Jokers. He's got no chance of the win here as we're reaching near the 10-minute mark, and still he can't. Baz is nearly catching up with Pat. I thought there was 9, sorry. Talleyrand, 4th at the moment, behind his championship rival. He'd be wanting Homesick to be having a worse race than this to keep the championship alive. Digital Blasphemy, smoking gun. He hit the wall, and Big Dan, Ensign Newer, is now up and into 5th place. So the two people at the back doing superb. Digital Blasphemy was started at the back, and Skyjacker now getting past Digital Blasphemy as Digital Blasphemy hit the wall hard, man, and he's down into last place with Pat moving up ahead as well, and all we're seeing is tyre smoke galore. No, Pat's hit a wall as well, and that's giving Digi the position back, and Skyjacker is trying to stay ahead of him as Big Dan's just left them for dead, and Big Dan now is pulling out some magnificent lap times, and he's giving Talleyrand something to think about. As you see that tyre smoke pluming, the plumage of tyre smoke. Joker still in second. Homesick Alien not able to do anything about the Polish driver. And we're seeing a drive to rival Kubica's best. And Big Dan trying to get a move done on Talleyrand. He's through, he's through, he's through. He's up into 4th, and this is killing Talleyrand's championship chances against Homesick Alien. He could do without Big Dan getting involved in this one. Homesick Alien, meanwhile, trying to chase down the pole, but the Polish driver is absolutely gunning it at the moment. Look at that, he's dropped into the 16s, and they've found a way to get around this track. And Homesick Alien, did he drop it? No. He hit the wall, though, so that could cost him, with Big Dan on a flyer as well. And the Baz absolutely cracking lap times from him. He's come across Digital Blasphemy in his limited edition livery, and he's up and past the Digi, the race leader at the beginning, the pole sitter, seeing last, the man at the back of the grid, come past him in first. Unbelievable race. It's turned on its head. Digital Blasphemy then in 8th place, chasing down Pat, who's right there in the smoke of Skyjacker. And Talleyrand has lost ground, so the Big Dan, who's now gunning it for Homesick Alien. Homesick Alien, beware, be warned, because the Rich Energy contender is coming up your rear derriere. And Jokers then, he's not going to make much of an impression on the Big Baz. The Baz, though, has come across traffic now. What does the Baz do? I mean, blue flags, you can't really pull over. That's a ridiculous notion. Whoa, a little knock-a-doodle-doo between Pat and Skyjacker, and Baz tries to part them and go through the middle. He manages to get Skyjacker, but Pat a little trickier as Baz goes round. Hey, I don't know if it's Baz's secret, but he seems to not go wide in these corners. He's going down and low. Slow and low, that is the tempo. And he's losing time now because he's getting through these back markers. And Joker's on an absolute flyer. Look at that, 17-1, 17-1. Maybe he may catch up the Baz before the end, although Baz has cleared. Skyjacker and Pat now. Next man on his list is Talleyrand. Then we've got Joker's chasing him down. We've got Big Dan up and into the podiums. Homesick Alien struggling. He's got huge damage. He nearly did a 118. And this is what Talleyrand could do with for his championship chances. It's only going to be a couple of points, but every point counts when it comes down to it. Pat is ahead of Skyjacker, whom is ahead of Digital Blasphemy. And it's Barry today. He's got 1 more minute, 60 seconds until that checkered flag comes out. What's that, about 3 laps? 3 laps? 4, maybe. And Bazza then. Jokers, 17-3. He's come across Digital Blasphemy himself. The tyres are woeful round here. Not one person has been able to look after a set of those. What are they, Pirellis? And Talleyrand in 4th. He's got his man. He got ahead of Homesick Alien, but Homesick Alien still with a chance to come back at him. I don't know when I'm going to pause this bad boy. Jesus, we've got 15 seconds left. And is that Baz crossing the line? Oh, he's trying to make room between the 2 championship leaders. Out my way, boys. Out my way, slow boys. I'm coming through. It's my moment of glory. 2 seconds on the clock. The Bazza brings it around for the win. And let's pause that. Hoof. So, yes. Barry Twins takes the win. Right, where is everyone? Jokus has got half a lap. Big Dan's behind Jokus. Talleyrand and Homesick have already finished. Talleyrand ahead of Homesick Alien. Pat's just about to cross, as is Skyjacker. Whoosh. Skyjacker. Right, where's Digi? Hang on. And here comes Jokus to take 2nd place. Great stuff from Jokus. Great drive there. Sorry, Digi. It's tight. If it's tight between you and Big Dan, there's Digi coming across 8th, pole sitter. And then take a boo, my son. Big Dan gets himself 3rd place. So let's have a quick look. My word. Big Baz, UPS delivered today, baby. UPS delivered today. Is it UPS he's got on his car? I think it is. My God. They were all taking the mick out of him in Discord, saying he put too many stickers on his car. He weighed it down. He's never going to be able to compete. And he showed them, didn't he? He showed them when it meant something. Ensign Hewitt saying, I'm used to driving cars with knackered tyres, says Ensign Hewitt, who got himself a lovely podium. A little sip of my latte. So gay. So yeah, there's the Baz in between all of them lot. Jokus. Oh, God. I don't even know. There you go. Jokus in 2nd place. Great drive from Jokus there. Brilliant stuff. Then Big Dan. Oh, could you get me a better shot? Better shot? Better shot? Better shot? No. Garfer. Big Dan in 3rd. Great stuff. Well done, Big Dan. Talleyrand getting 4th. Ahead of Homesick Alien in 5th. Pat 6th. Skyjacker. Oh, yeah, that's a nice shot, actually. In 7th. And Digi in his limited edition livery. Coming home in 8th. Surprising how he pulled it and was leading quite well. Right, I don't know how long is left on this. Barely out. And then we'll move on to the feature race where they have to use a mandatory tyre. I don't want to commit to what tyre it is. I want to say hard. Right, now, where have I got to go? What is this? What is this? Why don't you just stay where we were? Why don't we go to... train you. It's not my items. It's in collection. Look at this. This is the struggle is real, people. Round 7, feature race. There we go. Don't look for a second. Don't look. Don't look. Don't look. Don't look. Don't look. Don't. Well, it's only loading. You're not missing now. But don't look when it comes on, because it always tells you the results. It's a ridiculous thing to do. Oh, let's tell you the results before the start of the race. Don't look. Don't look. Don't look. Don't look. I'm trying to go. I'm trying not to look, because I don't know the results. I didn't know the results of that one. Deep breath. Read. We want to display all. Well, I mean, I did my best. Oh, that's off already. What? I did my best on that last race, but let's face it. What's the starting order? Did Skyjacker didn't finish last? Huh? Did he leave? Did someone join? Because there was only 8 people last time, and there's no Digi now. That's confusing. That's weird. I thought there was 9 when we started the race, but when I looked up, I thought there was only 8. And now there's only 8. Koi Carp didn't win either. So I don't understand the grid. Where's Barry?
Motion detected at the front door.
There's Barry. Starting from... Maybe Koi left. So Digital Blasphemy's left. Koi Carp's come back. I believe that's what's happened. And it's reverse grid. So because Digi left, I thought, yeah, Sky got back ahead of Pat, but he obviously hadn't. Talaran, Big Dan, second, first. It's a reverse grid, but Koi Carp left and came back again. Whew! Hey! We got there. We sussed it in the end. Right then, 30 minutes of that, my lord. And it's hard tyres that they have to use in this race. We've got Skyjacker on pole, leading them around. He's on the hard tyre. And away we go around the Northern Isle Speedway for 30 minutes. This is going to be cray-cray. Pat's gone for racing hards. Also, Homesick Alien has donned a set of hard tyres. And Skyjacker already looking like he's struggling with grip in the first corner. Talleyrand has gone for hard tyres in 4th. Big Dan has gone for softs. He's using his softs already. They wore out, remember, after a lap, a minute and a half in the feature. Jokers, he's gone on hards and he's already on the attack of Ensign Ewart, who's on the softs. So that makes no sense whatsoever. Oh, Ensign Ewart's picked up damage. And the Bazinator on the hard tyre. Oh! Gives his mate Big Dan a little push there. And Koi Carp trying to get back into it. He's on the hards. Baz is on the hards. So it's only Ensign Ewart has opted to go for the soft tyre. Skyjacker building up a lovely bit of a lead already with Pat. Pat having a little knock with the wall. And Talleyrand is making him pay for that tap. And he is through. And up into 2nd place. And Pat now in 3rd with Homesick Alien looking for a chance. Oh, and we're under the floodlights here at Northern Isle Speedway. They were doing 17 seconds, 16 and a half, 17 seconds, even on hard tyres. I don't think it matters, does it? The softs, I don't think they're helping Ensign Ewart any. Big Dan is up behind us, though. And, Talleyrand trying to turn into the corner, found himself with a side full of Homesick Alien. The lights glimmering off the cars. Looks absolutely delicious. Oh, my word, we've had a big one. We have had a humongous one here. Let us knock back 10 seconds and see. I think Pat was in the sandwich there. Pat found himself in a VRC sandwich, an admin sandwich. Hey. No, it was Homesick in the middle of a Pat and Talleyrand took the brunt of that one. Huge time. Huge hit on the wall there. Big time on that one for Talleyrand. And down into 7th as he's in limp mode at the moment. Jokers, who had a great start last time, also having problems with the wall. Skyjacker leads, but he's absolutely destroyed that hard tyre in 2 minutes flat. They must be just getting ripped on the rims of the wheel, of the car, I mean. The wheel arches. The wheel arches must be tearing them up. That could not just be from going around a corner, maybe, but the tyre smoke and that makes me think that they're rubbing. So Big Dan's up to second, Pat's in third. I've missed a chunk here. Homesick, oh well, we had that bash, didn't we? But Koikap up into fifth, the Baz in sixth, race winner from race one, and Jokus in seventh. We saw he had a bit of damage, and Talleyrand making the move on the Polish driver, but it's not worked, and Jokus coming back at him. The yellow monster, Nissan, giving it as good as it gets. Down there at the back, Skyjacker in, early stop, 3 minutes in, and he's decided to make a pit stop. Big Dan goes through. His tyre's worn. He's going to go like he did in the first race, just keep driving on a set of shady softs, and maybe that's what they thought. Maybe the hards are absolutely atrocious. 17.2 for Pat on a worn set of hards, 17 torn up set of softs. So maybe, yes, Coy's gone for softs, Skyjacker has gone for softs. They have realised the hards do no good. And Dan's gone on a genius strategy there, because obviously, and then put a set of hards on for last lap, I imagine, is what's going through his mind. Homesick, Pat, and the Baz all staying with the hard tyre. They are doing 17 zeros though. It's not terrible. Jokus then going through with his set of hards. Talleyrand in sixth. Then we've got Skyjacker and Koikap stopping at the same time as him. Now Skyjacker is on voice chat with, we assume, Barry and Koikap, I believe, sometimes Pat. So he would have got feedback from Big Dan, I reckon, that the softs were fine, worn, and thought, do you know what? Why not? And already Skyjacker up to fifth with the Baz going in as well. And Talleyrand staying with the hards and with damage. Koikap playing catch up. And Big Dan absolutely trouncing the field at the moment. There's no one close to him. Homesick Alien, the next man on the along the line, and he's not in voice chat. So he is not getting the heads up about how softs are. And Skyjacker already up into fourth place, and with the fastest lap, it's going swimmingly for Skyjacker, but a huge chasm of a gap between himself and Big Dan. Jokus having a chunk of wall there, and Talleyrand now coming around. These have all stayed on hard. Jokus, Talleyrand, Koikap's on the softs. He's worn them down already, and he's into the 16s. Yes, the softs seem to be the way to go, and now Baz from the back on a set of softs. He's got Skyjacker nearly putting a lap on him, and Skyjacker is in third now. Big Dan, choice to put softs on early doors. He's put a lap on Koikap already. Homesick Alien being caught by, no he's not, he's being unlapped. Baz is unlapping himself from Homesick Alien. And Homesick Alien, he's got to be aware that Skyjacker is almost upon him. We're only 6 minutes into this race. This is going to be a tough 30 minutes for these drivers, because strategy, tyre wear, it's all out of the window. It's someone's got to be clever, and at the moment, the cleverest man on the track is Big Dan. And he's thought to let, oh no, he's had some damage. I was going to say he thought to let Koikap through so he could just sit in Koikap's toe. But it looks like he's picked up a knock somewhere along the way. Homesick Alien still surviving in second on those hard tyres. Skyjacker has totally annihilated them now, but he's in the 16s, you see. Homesick Alien's early 17s, and this is giving Skyjacker the opportunity to close in on the Alien, and the Alien, he's going to have to realise soft tyre is the tyre to be on. Doesn't matter if it wears down, it's going to last the whole 30 minutes. Just worn. They should spin them, shouldn't they? In the olden days, I used to like it where you couldn't even drive the car on a set of torn tyres. But Talleyrand then, although it would have been ridiculous in this race, they would have had to pit every other lap. Talleyrand in sixth, ahead of Coy, who's gone to the soft tyre, and the Baz also on those soft tyres. Early 16s from the Baz. Koikap also late 16s. Talleyrand mid to early 17s. Pat's doing mid 17s. Homesick Alien mid to early 17s. Skyjacker already passed, and he's in the late 16s with Big Dan as well, dropping them in the late 16s. So this is some crazy racing we're seeing here, and the tyres have absolutely thrown a monkey spanner into the wrench. He's thrown a monkey wrench into the works. So Big Dan leads the race ahead of Skyjacker. Skyjacker, the first to react, goes in, went in early doors, put those soft tyres on, realising that Big Dan, even on a set of torn up softs, was getting faster lap times, although 17.4 or 17.5, he may have now fallen into tyres are duds. We'll see how he does. He's in a crowd, remember, that's going to cost him time. And blue flags they are on, but I mean, like I said, there's not really great places you can pull over on an oval. But Big Dan clears all three cars. I think he got a little tap from Pat Stat. And Pat there, right there, going back for the move on Ernst Newitt, trying to unlap himself. He does unlap himself. And Pat through then. Big Dan leads the race. Skyjacker desperate to catch up with him. Still about. Oh no, he's getting closer, you know. And Skyjacker closing the gap on Big Dan. Then we got Homesick Alien in third place in the Tide liveried Ford Nissan. And Pat's in now. Pat's come in to put a set of softs on. We're at 9.5 minutes. 1/3 of the race down. And the Baz, after his victory from race 1, is pushing up for a podium here. How far away from the Alien? But the Alien might not pit, you know. What's fuel? Fuel, no, the fuel isn't going to make it, so these guys will have to pit. Yeah, no, they've at least got to take on some fuel in this race. I was thinking some of them would just stay out on the old torn tyres. I mean, Big Dan's got to use a set of hards at some point. Skyjacker's used his... Well, everyone else has used their hards, except for Big Dan. And Skyjacker looks like he did put a tipple of fuel in, or he saved good fuel, but he's going to struggle to get to the end on that fuel. Homesick Alien still holding on to that third place so far, with the Baz in fourth. Quick up sixth. Jokus in fifth, sorry, for Quick Up. Why did I say sixth? Jokus is in sixth, with Talleyrand now in seventh, being lapped by second place Skyjacker. Remember though, Talleyrand hasn't made a pit stop yet. Pat's been in and he's topped up. Interesting. And he's put his softs on. So Pat might try and go all the way to the end of the race. Half a tank of fuel in 10. Do you know what? That he might be able to go all the way. But we've got to check Big Dan, because Big Dan's times have dropped off since he's torn up the other front wheel. So he may have lost a lot of pace, and they might not be able to run this race all the way to the end on one set of tyres. Big Dan has had a lot of Ensign has had a lot of traffic in the last couple of laps, so it's hard to judge those lap times. See, back into the 16 as soon as he's in clear air, so no worries there. Skyjacker can't keep it in those 16s, and it doesn't look like he's got a lot of traffic. So yeah, Big Dan's got the pace. Shake your money maker, Big Dan. Look at you fly. Skyjacker does want to be the fly in your ointment, and the Bazza has got him up into a podium. He's caught the Alien, he's passed the Alien, and Homesick Alien at some point, well, maybe he's playing the fuel game, staying out there until he's used all that fuel up, and he can put a set of softs on with a light tank, which means that the soft should last. don't understand that. See, I think they're getting caught in the wheel arch the way they're smoking all the way down the straight. It seems weird. Smoking the corner, but they're smoking off of the corner. So that's where I find it very odd. Sick. And a little scrape with the wall, it looks like. But yeah, well, there you go. Yeah, maybe it is off the corner. It looks like it's coming down straight, but Homesick Alien then 4th place, but he's being caught by Coy. Remember, Coy made that early stop. He made that early stop to the soft tyre, and he's doing early 17s. Skyjacker's gone in. Interested, Skyjacker has gone in. He's not happy with those tyres. He's dropped to mid to late 17s. So he's come in. Koikart moves up a position. Homesick's on the original tyre he started. Baz has picked up some damage in 2nd place. And Ensign Ewart flying high in 1st place. And with Skyjacker pitting, that was the closest threat. Skyjacker comes out of the pits. Homesick Alien goes in, and Skyjacker comes out ahead of Talleyrand, whom I don't think's pitted yet. So interesting stuff there. Skyjacker making 2 pit stops, and still ahead of and Homesick now making 1 pit stop is behind Talleyrand. So crazy stuff. Why did Skyjacker no fuel? Yeah, full fuel and new tyres. And comes out ahead. That's odd. So Homesick's stuck with his hard tyres, look. He has not gone to the soft. He does not like the idea of the soft tyre. So Skyjacker then backing into 3rd after a pit stop. Unbelievable stuff. Joker still on his original tyres, same as Talleyrand. They're now 4th and 5th. Koikart comes into the pits, and he's put a fresh set of softs on. Can't tell you the rules to say if they're only allowed to do 1 stint on the softs. Oh no, yeah, Coy's that's, but I think that might not be this championship. Definitely was for some other championship. I don't know if it was for this. I think the mandatory was you had to use hards at least once in the race. So Coy then in 5th with 4th. Homesick Alien having a knock with the wall. Skyjacker has carried a bit of damage there. The Baz has made a pit stop, so he has used the hard tyres. It's just Big Dan who has not used the hard tyre yet in this race. And he's a lap ahead of 3rd place Skyjacker. Unbelievable stuff. How bizarre. Homesick Alien then in 4th place. He's got Jokers there, but that's a lap on Jokers. Pat. Yeah, he's put a lap on Jokers. Jokers just coming out of the pits. Yes, Jokers, that was Jokers coming out of the pits. Talleyrand also has made a pit stop. So, and that's the halfway mark. So, yes. Now, Pat was the one we was interested in, wasn't we? We thought he might have put enough fuel in to get to the end, and it's looking good for him at the moment. But he's not getting the pace on those tyres, as Koikart's fresh tyres has caught him up. But Coy's put a lot less fuel in than some of the other guys. They've all gone a little bit towards 3/4. Coy is he's just over a half. Homesick Alien 3/4. Skyjacker way over 3/4. The Baz, he's on a half as well, but we think he's going to make another stop. Big Dan yet to stop still. Look at him go, boys. Look at him go. No one near him. No one near him. So Talleyrand, after his pit stop, is in our final position. He's chasing down Jokers, and this is painful for him because Homesick Alien, although not having the greatest of race, is just about to lap him. So lots of points being lost there for Talleyrand in this race. But Talleyrand and Homesick, I just don't think they were on the right strategy today. Left it late for that pit stop, and it's let Big Dan was on it. He was on the money, but don't forget he has to pit because he's got to use hard tyres and he needs some fuel. So it's just depending on what other people do on the track. Bazza putting a lap on Joker. Skyjacker 3rd. He's made 2 stops. He's got enough fuel to go to the end. Will he? Yeah, I mean, he's been pretty lucky with his pit stops. He might just fancy another one just to fill his boots. We're at 17 and a half minutes into the race, and Big Dan's leading. He's the only one who started on the racing softs. The rules dictate you must use hard tyres at some point in the race, so Big Dan must pit, but his fuel will dictate that as well. Then we've got the Baz in second place, ahead of Skyjacker, but that's just because Skyjacker made another stop for fuel where Bazza hasn't. Bazza made a stop for soft tyres, but not enough fuel has gone aboard the car, and Skyjacker is taking that one all the way to the end. We think, we're not 100% sure. I don't even think Skyjacker is 100% sure whether or not he's taking that all the way to the end. Big Dan leads, but his fuel is flashing, so it has come. The time has come. And Bazza also will have to pit at some point, but he's got fuel to keep him going for the time being. Skyjacker could be staring a win here. He might have done the right thing with that earlier stop, putting the extra fuel in. Homesick Alien carrying this one all the way to the end. Fourth place. He's got Koikarp though. Koikarp never did catch him up. I thought Koikarp was going to easily get by him. Koikarp doing faster lap times than the Alien, so you would assume he'd catch him. But remember, Koi, we were worried about Koi's fuel. Maybe that's what Koi's doing at the moment, doing a bit of fuel saving, and that's why he's not gone and attacked the Alien as quickly as we thought he would. Homesick Alien is on us. No, he's on hard tyres, look. This is it now. Koikarp catching up with Homesick Alien, going for a brave move around the outside. No, thinks better of it, and sits tentatively on the tail, and now he goes for the inside. Solid move there, but it's not quite done yet, and Big Dan comes in. He comes in, so the leader is into the pits as Koikarp and Homesick Alien duke it out over fourth and fifth. Koikarp on the faster tyre, but he just can't seem to get the move done, and he can't burn up too much fuel doing it either. Skyjacker again has come in. Interesting. The Baz hasn't. So Big Dan puts his obligatory hard tyres on, and is he going to lose the win? And there goes the Baz. The Baz is in. So Big Dan should take over the lead straight away. Homesick Alien has found himself, or will find himself, in second place possibly, and Koikarp in with a chance for a podium if it's enough fuel. But Skyjacker's put more fuel in, more fuel from Skyjacker and a set of softs, so I do not know. Yes, they've put a lot more fuel in. I thought half a tank would get them 10 minutes, but they've gone 3/4 of a tank. Baz has gone for a lot of fuel. Homesick Alien, half a tank and worn out hards, and a Koikarp that's been bugging him for 4 or 5 laps now, and he's through now. Koikarp makes the move. Koikarp now up and into a podium position, but fuel is questionable. Fuel, well, I didn't think so. I thought half a tank would get him to the end from 10 minutes. Skyjacker though, he's been back in another set of softs, and he's already caught up. Well, Homesick's fallen behind Skyjacker already, and Skyjacker is up and back into his third spot. Look at him go. The Bazza is miles away from Big Dan, but we've still got 8.5 minutes of racing to go. Big Dan crosses the line, goes personal fastest. The Bazza as well. 15.5s they're getting at this point. 15.9 from Big Dan. Skyjacker's got the fastest with a 15.3, and the Homesick Alien sitting in fourth. He's doing still mid to early 17s. Koikarp's pitted again. We did question his fuel, and it looks like he may be questioning his fuel. And there we have Talaran then moving up ahead of Koikarp. But Koikarp, we've seen, as soon as he gets a set of soft tyres on, he is as swift as they come, and he gets in the way of Homesick Alien. No, he does not. Homesick Alien then putting a lap on someone around Northern Arts Speedway really doesn't mean anything. And Homesick, I think, just sitting back maybe. He could get a tow from Koikarp and try and sit behind the Red Bull liveried Nissan. for a little bit. Who knows? Meanwhile, Big Dan leading the way, just putting a lap on Pat, who is in 8th place. Big Dan looking glorious, and this is it's back to front day today with the Baz and Big Dan, both of them shining brighter than the floodlights here at half filled Northern Isle Speedway. Such a diss. Why put that little amount of people in it? Baz has had a knock with the wall, and that's given Skyjacker the position whilst I was busy looking at all the empty seats in the grandstands. Skyjacker has gone forth and taken 2nd place in this race. Has Dan got something to worry about? He's on the hard tyres. He's getting lovely mid-16s out of them, though. And Skyjacker's getting mid to late 16s. The Bazza, 20 and 21. Were they lapped? No, they weren't pit stops. So, yeah, it's not going well for Bazza at the moment. He's got to worry about the Alien. And he's a half a corner behind him. And Homesick Alien being unlapped. Well, Pat's unlapping himself from Homesick Alien. Jokers is next down the line in 5th place. He's got his hands full with Talleyrand as Skyjacker comes across them both to put a lap on them. Koi Carp, with that extra pit stops, put him down into 7th behind Talleyrand. And Pat, he's got some good lap times there from Pat, so I'm not sure why he's down there. He must have had to pit recently. I'm pretty sure we've all used the mandatory tyre now. And we're just waiting for the checkered flag in just under 6 minutes' time. Big Dan cannot wait for it. Skyjacker in 2nd place, sitting in that plume of smoke that Talleyrand's tyres are making. Sorry, dizzy, eh? So, looking at Talleyrand in 6th place, he's chasing down Jokers, who's just ahead of him. He could just about touch him up ahead. And Talleyrand being dogged by Skyjacker, who goes for the move up the inside. Both cars smoking heavily. It's like the vape corner. Everyone's vaping out there. The Pirelli vape. In a sparsely filled Northern Isle Speedway. Jesus. And the ticket sales even going to cover the floodlights. Jeez. Koi Carp in 7th. And Pat is in 8th. Big Dan then leads the way. And we have got 4.5 minutes left of racing here. Skyjacker in 2nd place. Who knows, he might make another pit stop before the end. He seems to be liking them. The Bazinator is in 3rd. Race 1 winner. The sprint race winner of this round is still there in the podium chances. And this is going to make it an interesting championship between Big Dan and Ensign Hewitt in the championships. And there it is. Bazza trying to put a lap on Koi Carp. Because, I mean, Koi Carp, he's caught up with Talleyrand, so I don't imagine he wants to be backing out of anything at the moment as he cuts across the vape trail and then gives Talleyrand a little push in the corner to help him through. Goes for a move up the inside. And that is job done for Koi Carp, up and into 6th place, chasing down Jokers. Oh, and there's Bazza putting a lap on both of them. Delicious stuff. Have a good look at the Bazza Nator's car from Koi Carp's front bonnet cam. And, is it Skyjacker that Barry's chasing? I tell you what, they're not that far away, are they? Let's have a look. So there is the Baz, there is the Skyjacker, they're in the same shot. So Barry Twins might still have something in this race. 16.7 from him last time, and he definitely is catching up Skyjacker. Hand over fist, I dare not pull away. Oh, wrong car. So let's drive alongside Baz in his sexy helmet. Any opportunity to have a look at Barry's helmet, I'll give it a go. look, inches away from the wall. The tyre struggling, and oh my God, I don't know what happened there, but Skyjacker looked like he lost the control of the car. Then it flipped back again as Bazza tried to make a move, and it's sort of, Bazza got wedged between the wall and Skyjacker. And now he's going for the move. And he's through. Skyjacker probably may have lifted thinking he impeded the Baz, but it just looked like one of those things. And Homesick Alien sitting in fourth, still scoring good points in this championship, more than Talleyrand. Talleyrand 3 places further back than the Alien. And Talleyrand, not a good feature race for the Gulf Race ESPN Gulf Racing Chevy. And Pat's catching him up now. Big Dan safely out there in the lead, 28.5 minutes raced, 99 laps is on the counter, and he's just about to flip it over for the big 100. Kaboom, where's the fireworks? And Big Dan then 100 laps of Northern Isle Speedway. He got it right at the beginning there with the soft tyre call, and he's not looked back since. The Baz on his case. Skyjacker losing the car a little bit there. And Koi Carp, Koi is a lap down on him. Jokers is the next person down the track, and he's just ahead of Homesick Alien, who could do without fourth place with Talleyrand having a bad race. And he could put this championship to bed as the Bazza goes through. Baz in second place, of winning the second. I hope Big Dan feels a little bad for himself. He could have Bazza could have had a double win today. Barry the Oval Twins. But Koi Carp there, fifth place. And it's Jokers has come in. Is that fuel? It is fuel. Does he pit? He has pitted. He just needs to come in for a top up right at the very end. 30 seconds on the clock. And Joker's losing all of those positions. It is heartbreaking. It is heartbreaking. Big Dan then, has he won? We've still got 20 seconds on the clock, so he hasn't won yet. He's going to have to do another lap. Big Dan, Bazza crossing the line. He's saying they're close. Bloody hell, they're close. What's happened? The clock hasn't counted down yet, and Big Dan and the Baz are virtually on top of each other, and it's a win for Big Dan and second for Barry Twins. Wow, it got close there in the end. Look at them both. Whew. I don't know what happened to the Big Dan. Yeah, he was just doing early 17s, but the Bazza was throwing some 16s his way and got right onto his tail, and Bazza nearly got the double. Skyjacker coming on home for third place. Take care, boo, my son. And everyone else crossed the line. Homesick, Koi Carp, and Pat all getting fourth, fifth, and sixth. Talleyrand gets himself seventh place, and Jokus brings it on home for the wooden spoon in eighth. Awesome racing by everyone. Big Dan gets a win in the sprint, and then
that was a scary last few laps.
Bazza got second place and a win in the sprint. I think they both got podiums this round, so great stuff from the pair of them. Skyjacker gets himself a podium, a pretend cup to take home. Homesick Alien, fourth, but more importantly, scores good points above Talleyrand. Koi Carp had a fair race there to get himself fifth. That looks like Bazza, but he's there in the mix somewhere. Pat, oh, hey up, we got a shot of the best car, eh? In sixth, with Talleyrand in seventh, and poor Jokers there, having to go into the pits right at the very end. 30 seconds on the clock, and he lost about 3 or 4 places. So that was round 7 of the Stock Car Championship, and we've got one more round to go. Quickly in the chat, Ensign Hewitt saying that was a scary last few laps. Another one, and Baz would have had me. Don't tell him that, he'll be depressed. Right then, quickly, I can tell thee, because I did take a snapshot, obviously, of the wrong tables, but I've got a snapshot of the table after round 7. So now I can tell you their positions after that round. So, Homesick Aliens leading the championship going into the final round on 181 points. Talleyrand in second on 172 points. So all to play for in that last round is still not over and done with. Third for Ensign Hewitt. He's third in the championship now on 153 points. 1 point ahead of fourth, whom is the Barry Oval Twins. So 1 point between Ensign and Bazza as they go into the final round. It is cracker-lacking. Koikart finishing fifth in the... Well, he's fifth currently in the championship after this round on 139 points. And Skyjacker sixth on 135 points. Pat is seventh on 134 points. So Koikart, Skyjacker and Pat all in very close quarter fighting there. Jokers is 8th on 112 points. Thingamajig is 9th on 106 points. And Digital Blasphemy 10th on 101 points. So, I don't know when the next stream is for the final round, or it might be something else. You never know. You never know what's coming up when we have the replays. It's like replay roulette, and it could be anything. And, you know, not like GT7 where you exactly know what you're going to get in their roulette. As soon as the picture comes up, you think the small one, the one with the less on, the one with nothing there. So, and Ensign Hewitt saying, great stream, thank you. My pleasure, my friend. It's always a pleasure to bring the races to you. Great top three from everyone. Great racing, and we look forward to the next round, which I believe is Watkins Glen or something like that. I'm not sure. We'll find out when we get there. Right, I'll keep this short because I will go and pick my kid up from boxing. I was your broadcaster and your commentator, Mike Oxbig. Thank you for joining us here at the Virtual Racers Club. You can find us everywhere. We are social. We have splattered our seed all over social media. If you can't find Virtual Racers Club on any kind of social media outlet, then you aren't looking very well. We're even on Pornhub. So, I mean, I stream a special stream on that one. Reet. Yeah, I'm Mike Oxbig. Thank you for joining us here at the Virtual Racers Club. www.virtualracersclub.co.uk if you are struggling. But there's nothing rude on there. You have to go to our OnlyFans for that. Thank you for joining us here on this very special occasion. Big congrats to Big Dan and big congrats to Barry the Oval Twins. Thank you very much. And God, it's been a while since the stream. What do I say? Peace and love. Peace and love.